Hello, everyone. There's something I want to quickly talk about. I heard about the discussion yesterday. It was all about saying some women, when they are married and they started having kids, they no longer have time for their husband. So I took my time to understand the kind of time they're talking about. What is the time they're talking about? Maybe all those touching around the house, maybe in the kitchen you touch, in the living room you touch, in the room, just everywhere in the house. That some women no longer have it. So I said, let me really throw more light into that topic. You see, marriage is in 3 stages. That is why we should always reach our marriage, which us to grow old in our marriage, because it comes with 3 stages. What is the first one? The first one is when you just get married newly. No, a newly wedded couple, the two of you in the house, even in the kitchen, when the thing come pinch you, you can do it. You see some people, you do it in the living room, walk it down to the bathroom, walk it down to the kitchen, anywhere. When you are still together, just the two of you, and at the early stage of your marriage. Of course, the dream of every couple is to have kids after their marriage. Another stage is when you start having kids. When you just wedded, you are free, you are home alone, anywhere. You can even, the thing can even pinch you in the living room. You do it there. You no concern anybody. In your kitchen, sit down on top of your cabinets, do what you want to do. Nobody cares. But the second stage is when you start having children. All those things are going to be limited. Some of these things that you have been doing, you cannot do it anymore. Most especially when they start growing up. They will say 2 years, don't know anything, 3 years. Don't say that, my dear sisters. It's there. They always see. That is why you see the complaint kept on coming in schools that he just touched a fellow friend's bust. Yes, it's probably, sometimes it comes from what they watch, but most time what happens in the house. Probably the father is the type that anything, the kids get used to it. Because of the kind of brain they have as at that time, they see it to be normal. And you see them doing it to their classmates. Not because they are corrupt, because they see their parents doing it and they take it to be normal. They are not seeing anything wrong in it. They don't see that like something that is bad because of their level of thinking. Sometimes you see they will complain that the time the child just raised his classmates or her classmates' clothes up. Not because of that child is corrupt. It's because of what he has always been seeing the parents doing. So at that second stage of your marriage, when you start having kids, you are going to avoid those things for the sake of those children that you are bringing up. So it takes a high level of understanding between the two of you. I mean the couple, husband and the wife. To understand that at this stage of our marriage, we have to avoid some certain things. And the third stage is when all these kids have all grown up. They've left you for good. They've gone to form their homes too, just like you started yours. You are free again. And at that time too, you can do anything. Maybe the only time you have visitors, maybe when your grandchildren came to visit you, which has always been the dream of every couple. But outside that, you are home alone, you start your life again. It does not look as if, most especially when there is a genuine love, it does not look as if maybe you are starting all over again. But at that second stage of your marriage, when you start having children, you are limited to some certain things. Not because you don't love your husband anymore, not because you don't love your wife anymore. For the sake of those children you are bringing up. We should note that. Okay? Thank you.